All right, it's another episode of the Pin High Podcast presented by Golficity. We have another great show recapping Bryson's win at the Rocket Mortgage in Detroit. We're giving DFS picks as well as betting picks for the Workday Charity Open. We're introducing a giveaway, and we're capping it off again with our birdies and bogeys of the week. We also got a hypothetical in there for you. So let's get into it. Okay, it's episode 36. Who's number 36?
I cannot tell you.
That's 36 is a hard one.
We're getting tough now that we're up.
We're getting the higher numbers, so
36. We'll have it by the end of the episode. Anyway, Bryson, I mean, he's really just changed the game the way he's what he's doing right now.
It's not. I don't think it's not even fair. Like, he just hits it further than everyone else, and if he's putting well, that doesn't really matter. Well, where else he does with irons or anything like that, because he'll be literally hitting it it's like 100 yards.
The only thing that he has to do well is his wedges, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what they're saying. His wedges were below
average,
and that's why he wasn't winning the other tournaments.
I was talking about this with somebody, and I was talking about how I mean, yes, he's obviously making money every week, and I mean, he just got his first win, but this certain person was just kind of well, if he keeps doing this, he's just gonna have these weird yardages that nobody on tour really is perfect from. No person really knows a 68-yard shot as well as they know a
100-yard shot,
a 100-yard shot or something, or maybe a 32-yard pitch or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. I don't know. But obviously.
But I mean, if he's gonna have those yards every single time, he can practice those yardages. It'll be easier.
Yeah, you get better and better at them. It's
all he has to do is just practice the under 100-yard shots, and he'll be
I'm on that.
I mean, the only thing I'll say.
I'm on that too. It's so much easier to prepare if you know what's gonna happen, because he knows he's gonna have less than 100 yards in every single hole, and all he has to do is okay, I'm gonna spend every week just dialing my wedges into perfection.
The only thing I'll say is they kind of said it on the broadcast. I think he should probably test out some steel shafted wedges. He doesn't have great distance control for his wedges, but he has those graphite shafted wedges, which are a little weird to hit, I feel like.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the side that Trevor was saying as he'll just get used to it over time. But I was kind of playing devil's advocate there. It is kind of an odd distance right now for him, because he's just bulked up so much. But the fact that he's already won a tournament doing that, at this early in the stage of development, and also it's crazy stat that I'm sure most of you have seen, because the PGA Tour doesn't stop posting about Bryson.
Oh yeah.
But he's the first player ever to go first in strokes gained off the tee and strokes gained putting in the same tournament.
Okay, so he was first in strokes gained total, strokes gained off the tee, like you said, strokes gained putting, average driving distance at 350.6, and his longest drive is 377. So
he literally on the first hole, it's a 386-yard hole. I think he had a 60-foot chip or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's not even fair.
There was one hole. There was a 401-yard hole, I think it was, and he was waiting for the group in front of them to get off the green. He lets his playing partner hit first because he thought that he might be in danger of hitting the green, and he had to wait for the group to get off the green.
What hole was this?
It was 14 maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Well, how long was it?
Imagine
400 yards.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a final group in a major, and you're playing against him, and he's just hitting it over at the U.S. Open, he's hanging over all the trouble right next to the green, and you're just you're struggling to get to in the fairway, and he's just putting it over everything.
I was a little disappointed that Ryan Armour made a putt on the third day, because I think if he didn't make that putt, the final pairing would have been Matt Wolff and Bryson DeChambeau, which would have been sick.
Yeah, that would have been
average driving distance in that group would have been nasty.
Mm-hmm. And it would have been nice, because having the winner from the final group is always what you want to see.
Right.
I also saw something that Shane Bacon tweeted. He said Well, Augusta is now like a par 68 for Bryson. Like, he said at least. Like, literally, there's holes that he's just gonna be able to drive the green that nobody really drives.
I mean,
the green
yeah,
on.
they say Bryson's now the favorite in every major. I mean, it's early, but he's now the favorite in every major.
He'll be able to drive the green. He'll be like all the par fives. He'll be able to get there in like 2, every single one.
I think you could get 10-1 odds on Bryson in every major.
Like, you might just have to hop on that. Like,
I mean, maybe
hop on. If there's a prop for him to win like 1, like that's.
Because think about it. When they put together these like incredibly hard, like long courses, like Bryson's just going to be able to power through them, and the only obstacle is himself at that point, like that, because like
putting in a short game.
Because the USGA makes obviously these courses very, very difficult, and like I guess that can kind of segue us into Bryson's, like, you know, I feel like I wouldn't call him a mental midget in the slightest, because like obviously you can't win a golf tournament being a mental midget, but like he at times struggles with, you know.
I think that's literally the only thing holding him like back from being like, like people are like if you think the elite golfers in the world, you think of Rory, you think of Koepka, you think of like DJ and like
Tiger.
JT and Tiger.
Yeah, and none of them.
Bryce, I think the reasons Bryson's not there like just yet is just because he's not there mentally yet.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, because he's obviously like he has the skills. He could be like he might be like more skilled than like all those guys, just how far he hits it and like the advantage he has. But like mentally, I think he has to.
Well, I think
if he gets that level, he'll be scary good.
The other thing too is he lets it loose on like every hole, and that sometimes he goes right and left because of it, and he goes right and left by like a mile. And like there was one hole the other day where he went right into the trees. He didn't have a shot at the green, so he was just playing like a punch out shot. And he punched it out into the water and had to like take a drop.
Trust me, dude. He's gonna find the science this week behind punching out.
I mean, he just like I think he thought he hit it well, but the fairways ran out. So, but he punched it out and put it in the water, and he bogeyed that hole because of that. Like all you had to do was a simple punch out. But
yeah,
I mean that's the risk you take trying to hit it 350 yards every time.
Note,
you should just learn, if you learn how to hit a stinger like Gary Woodland, just hit like he could probably hit like 300 yards.
I don't think Bryson
fairway.
could hit a stinger with that swing.
Or at least just like a 3-iron or 2-iron. Like if he can hit his 4-iron off the tees and be like absolutely fine still.
Yeah.
But what we were kind of talking about at the beginning of that spiel was his like kind of struggles with the mental aspect sometimes. Him versus the camera guy this weekend.
Yeah.
On Saturday, was it?
Well, it was kind of both days. It was Saturday was the big like tantrum, but the second day he still kind of was after him too.
Yeah, but the main thing was Saturday. He went Sergio mode on a bunker, and I guess the camera guy was filming him for too long in his mind, and he was saying that they need to protect like their integrity or their image.
Yeah.
And
image.
I don't know.
You're the one smashing up a bunker. Like what? Like
in my mind, like
I don't know.
He's like I understand that it's his job to video me, but at the same point, I think we need to start protecting our players out here compared to showing a potential vulnerability and hurting somebody's image.
I think that's
Bryson's. He's got to understand that if he's gonna like hit the ball 350 yards and like be the most interesting player on the tour, the camera's gonna be in his face the entire time. Like that's just how it is.
And if you're gonna get mad, I don't think you should have a heated conversation with the cameraman. I think you should wait till after the round and maybe talk to somebody higher up at the golf channel, the producer, the person who cuts from camera to camera.
The cameraman was doing his job, but he's just looking for entertainment. He's looking for something people to watch.
I think the producer, if you're gonna go after somebody, is the one you go after.
Yeah.
Now, is it right to go after the producer in that case? Who is to say? Not me, but
listen,
I don't know.
If you're obviously, I don't think he would do this with fans around. Like I don't think he would do that with fans around. I don't know exactly what he do. I don't know exactly what he did in the bunker.
Like, he kind of got stuck in it. Pretty much.
Was he really frustrated?
Yeah, he like threw his club.
Well, he barely got out. It like went into the rough or whatever, and he just like slammed his club into the sand pretty much.
And he's mad about ruining, like, one, that's not gonna ruin your image. Two, if you're so worried about your image, then you shouldn't be doing that in the first place. Doesn't matter if people are watching or not. Like, if you're just gonna like be like, oh, that's gonna ruin my image, like, then like, is that what people are gonna think? That people are like, oh, that's what he does, like, off camera.
Well, I will say,
like, we don't see him on the court.
Bryson's on Instagram more than like any other player on the tour. Like, he's always commenting, honestly, and he every time I comment on his post or a post on the PGA Tour that's about him, he'll like it, and it's just like.
And I don't even.
We had like three likes on like a pin high comment, and like Bryson still found it and liked it. So I don't understand.
So the question has to be asked: is he obsessed with himself?
Maybe.
If he's liking every single comment that like is about him, or every single comment on his page, I feel like how maybe someone's doing it for him. But like,
I mean,
how long
honestly
do you think he spends
as if like
that?
one of us like got like a viral post about ourselves out there, and like, but it's just one, and we would go on there and we'd like some comments, but he does that about like every
post is about him.
Like you have to imagine how long does he spend on that? Like, he has to spend like at least an hour just liking the comments and posts.
I heard a story from actually Will in the bag room, Trevor, that at a tournament, I think it might have been at the Memorial maybe, Bryson got too many tomatoes on his sandwich or something, and he like straight up like yelled at the chef like for a while, and then like about too many tomatoes, and then Paul Casey comes up to the chef after and goes, "Give me every frickin' tomato that you have in the kitchen on my sandwich," and he tipped him like $5,000 or something.
Oh my god, that's a cool story.
I think Kisner. I didn't. Did you see Kevin Kisner's post round like interview yesterday? He was like I think Amanda asked him like, oh, like Bryson is like spending so much time doing all this and all that. Like, he spends more time than anyone else like on his game. And Kisner goes like, yeah, you need to get him a wife and some kids, so he actually like doesn't have time to do all that.
Yeah, jeez.
That's true.
The game, honestly, like if like the game is his wife, like he's like married to the game at this, like more than
married to the game, baby.
Married to the game. Married to the game.
Shout out Jarek Carabas. Yeah, I mean, speaking of Kisner, like, I feel like I didn't watch like a lot of the tournament this weekend. I was working a lot, but I was following along a lot, and just Kevin Kisner just didn't seem to get that much coverage.
Okay, I watched a good amount of it. I watched a good amount of it. Kisner was in the top 5 like from day 2 on, right? Maybe day 1 on. Like he was in there, and literally I think I saw him on TV like, I don't know, 5 times. I watched like all 4 rounds. Like, he just was not shown on TV, which is
beyond
weird.
TV. I didn't see him on Instagram. I didn't see him. Like, why is the PGA not marketing somebody who's one of the most marketable people in the game of golf?
I think just because, I mean,
Bryson fanfare, I guess.
I don't know how to
I mean, you had Matthew Wolff and Bryson DeChambeau at the top of the leaderboard. Like, those are 2 of the most marketable guys in the game because they hit the ball so far. They both have different swings. They both play their own game, and I think that's just kind of the way it was. Like, they just were covering those 2 guys, like kind of making it a 1v1.
But you saw all. I think
for Kisner, it's like more like he's plays the more like traditional game. He doesn't hit the ball as far like Bryson or Wolff, and he's a good putter, good short game, not as exciting to watch. And I think just like people don't know, like, PGA Tour doesn't market his like personality. Like when we see on like if we see him a 4-play or like something else, like he's like hilarious. And, like the stories we've heard from him like are hilarious.
Even in his post-round interview on TV, like
post-round interviews, like he's hilarious, like and fun to listen to. But I don't know. I it's hard to explain that, but I think it's probably.
I mean, I honestly think it's just Wolff and
huge drives if they're not huge golf fans.
His game's not that attractive, Kisner's, but Bryson and Wolff have the attractive games.
They have the exciting high flying bombs, and then Kisner's kind of getting up and down casually for birdie, like every hole.
Your boy has an idea.
Okay.
Think about this. Okay, set the scene. Hard Knocks, but make it golf.
Okay, you know the what's that? There's the college golf.
Driven.
The college golf. Driven. Yeah, that's really good. They should do that on the PGA Tour.
That's
you're saying.
So good.
Yeah, I love that.
If they did that and they released an episode once a month and that's just like generously like once a month from the past month's action, I think you could even do it once every week maybe.
Well, I don't know if you guys don't really like MMA or anything like that, but the UFC does something. Every time they have a card, they do something called UFC Embedded. And it's just like a YouTube series of like 4 or 5 like 10-minute long videos, just kind of like of a behind the scenes like of these fighters during fight week, like what they do, like when they're cutting weight, what they're doing in their free time, like the days before a fight, like their training, stuff like that. Like something similar to that for the PGA Tour would be cool if you're following around like a couple of golfers every week.
Because imagine a week where you have like Bryson doing all this stuff, like, you know, all his antics, one driving the ball so far, and all the guys on the tour are reacting to it and stuff, and like you can get
the production value is like not too much. Like literally, it's all like at least the UFC one. It's just it's just a cameraman. Honestly, like you just have a cameraman and you're just picking things up.
Get me mic'd up for tournaments. That's what we need.
You have Matt Wolf, like he's a funny dude. He'll put on for the camera.
Like, I saw him, even when he's like on the range, people imitate him. It's kind of funny.
I saw him commenting on like PGA Tour's Instagram that he's like they were like flipping pancakes, Matt Wolf, and he was like, I'm eating them and like doing something. I forget, like, but
his post was like got ice cream on my mind because like he was like putting the other day. I don't know if you saw this, and like the ice cream truck was like playing in the background.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was funny.
So, I mean, the Golf Channel, they're going through some transitional stuff right now. I'm just saying we could
bring us in.
And okay, wait. I don't think Pin High would be a bad name for like the series.
You're right.
Bring us in. We'll produce this show. We have a vision.
Give us credit, and we can do whatever you want us to do. We'll do.
I'm about it.
Okay, that's our new idea.
I'll be the host.
Here's your host, Patrick.
I'll be like I don't know who's a good host.
Be your own host.
Kevin Millar. I'm like, no, that's
not a good one.
Chris Berman.
Yeah, I was gonna say a Hansen brother, but let's not go into that. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
People would watch that because people watch Driven. People would watch PGA Pro, like PGA Tour Pro version.
I mean, dude, Driven is so good, and like you don't even know half the players.
Exactly, yeah, you get to know them.
It's just interesting because you see all the behind the scenes. I'm telling you, like the Golf Channel, they're going through this thing where they're going to Connecticut. They're looking for new shows. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
We only live like 20 minutes away, so hit us up.
Yep. Who else we got? Ryan Armour. I mean, there's not much to talk about him. He's kind of like, you know.
I mean, the fact that he was in the last group and he's like in his mid-40s.
Same age as Tiger.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but he's not Tiger though.
Speaking of Tiger, the guy in the group in front of us
today. I was about to say that. I was literally about to say that.
Yeah, Trevor played in the the Connecticut Open qualifier today.
We won't talk about the results.
We'll talk about the results probably in the
caddy change.
Yes.
And what was I saying? Oh, the guy in front of us beat Tiger in the USAM before Tiger started like the 2 or 3 where it was.
At Tiger when he was like Tiger was like 15 years old.
Yeah, he beat him
this guy beat him.
Yeah, they're both.
Doesn't
15.
have to say that. Yeah.
So
couldn't tell you the guy's name, but
did he play? Did he play? Do you know if he played well?
No idea.
There was a guy who shot 5 under.
I was looking at the stat boards, but he also was from that club, so like he knew he was
a pro. He was a pro from that club.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'd imagine. Imagine a pro at your own club, like you've played that course like a million times, and you should know.
Yeah, you know everything.
Still though, like he had like an under.
5 under. Yeah.
Who else we got here? We put Tyrrell Haddon.
Dude, he's like.
You want to talk about that?
He's like he doesn't get as much cover. I mean, he gets coverage, but like he's been so consistent since they've come back, and even before they came back, like he won the Arnold Palmer, I think. Like his ball striking's been so good this year. Like he's just kind of like stepped it up this year. He's been really good this year.
I was talking about this with somebody the other day. We're talking about like, I feel like him and Ian Poulter are both like British dudes that like like
talk
a lot. Hotheads.
Yeah,
they're a little bit of hotheads.
Yeah,
and I feel like they get a bad rap. But the other day I was like, I honestly kind of like, in my opinion, I like Ian Poulter. I like Tyrrell Hatton. I think he's pretty funny. I don't like him when we're playing against him in the Ryder Cup. Ian Poulter. But I do like. But then I was saying on the flip side of that, I do hate Sergio though.
Okay.
I understand that.
I don't know. I'm just like, seeing Hatton play well though. That's interesting. Like, especially like the two. You could arguably say the two hottest players since the breaks come back have been Bryson DeChambeau and Tyrrell Hatton, and they're both kind of hotheads. So
Abraham Answer maybe.
Abraham Answer too. But like,
he's not playing.
Hovland as well. Hovland's playing great. Mm-hmm. Not as well as Bryson.
I mean, Hovland was pretty quiet this week, to be honest.
Yeah, but he's still got
T12.
Yeah,
T12,
which just goes to show how good he is.
I mean, he was never really within like the top 5, but like he just
played solid
well.
golf all week.
Exactly. Bunch of
moving on to the Corn Ferry Tour. Will Zalatoris, who was that on here? Yeah, it was my best bet to get a top 10. Will Zalatoris gets the win out in Colorado. I forget what this course is called. It's called like CPC.
TPC Colorado.
TPC Colorado. That makes
TPC.
Sense. Yeah.
TPC. Yes.
Yes.
Of course. Why would it be CPC? Yeah, that did not sound right in my head. Anyway,
no, it does not.
He's on fire. He's number 1 in points now on the Corn Ferry Tour. Needs 2 more wins to
get his tour
card.
I mean, he could also just finish in the top 25.
If not, he'll just finish top 25 easily.
Which he will, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I didn't just go back to the drawing board with the Corn Ferry Tour to look up.
Well, he's not playing. I don't think there's a tournament this week. I'm not positive about that, but
no, there is.
But he's not.
San Antonio Challenge.
Zalatoris isn't playing this week, so
he is not playing. Seamus Power is playing though, who was just in this tournament.
Yeah,
he was just playing. He was playing well in this tournament. Can't say I know many other people besides like Dylan Wu, but that's enough Corn Ferry news.
We were trying to get him on the pod. Unfortunately, that
we were.
Schneider chances on the Corn Ferry Tour.
Actually, we can tell the listeners. We can tell the listeners this. We're gonna have Will Zalatoris on this week, but unfortunately, Trevor's Monday qualifier got was a conflict, and we're gonna get him on another week.
Yeah, we'll try. This would have been a good week to have him right after a win, but
perfect.
Would have been great.
Perfect. We were talking before.
It was just unfortunate timing.
I mean, obviously, we're not in HQ this week, so there was definitely some scheduling issues. So.
Yeah, I mean, it all just didn't work out this week, but we'll be back in HQ very soon, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Next week.
Yes. What else do we got? No fans this week, of course.
And next week.
I mean, the COVID's like as bad as it's ever been.
Yeah.
So
well, we have golf, so that's good.
I honestly could care less about no fans. I feel like we say that every week. Like
same here. Unless I'm like slated to go.
I'm getting more and more used to it. It's crazy.
Same.
Unless we're slated to go, like at the Travelers.
Like the Travelers, I was a little disappointed. Yeah.
Or the U.S. Open when we could have gone.
Mm-hmm.
We still maybe could.
Possibly.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
We'll see.
We'll work on that. Anyway. Yeah. So no fans. I mean, I don't really care. But another storyline this week is that Tiger. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Tiger pops in the storylines every week where it's like, okay, when's he going to play? Because we honestly thought he was going to play at the Memorial. And this isn't the Memorial, of course.
This is week 1 of the Memorial.
This isn't the Memorial, but next week is. And I don't think there's any news out saying that he's going to play.
I mean, you would think he would play because he's played there so many times. He's played there so many times before, and he's played so well there before. But I don't know. I don't know what his deal is. I haven't heard anything about Tiger since the match.
Yeah, and he was ball striking at the match so well, which is why maybe he'll come back soon. But
we got so hyped, and now he just hasn't played a competitive golf tournament.
I mean, it's hard.
I mean, I guess
it's hard to figure out when he's gonna play.
But he doesn't really, like if he's playing the PGA, he can play it 2 weeks before and he'll be fine. But like in the U.S. Open, if he like he'll play it few weeks before, he'll be fine. Like I think there's maybe he's saving up for the stretch of like the PGA, U.S. Open, Masters, Ryder. Like there's no Ryder Cup, but like the whole stretch is tough. Like because like the FedEx Cup playoffs is that stretch too, and he's got like he might not even be in the FedEx Cup playoffs.
I was gonna say, is he gonna make the FedEx Cup playoffs? Has he won a tournament?
The Zozo.
Does that count?
I think it does.
Or go to the rankings. Where's the?
Well, all he has to do is be in top 125, and then he can get into the.
If you win a tournament, you're definitely in there.
If he gets, all he has to do is play like three or four, and he'll be safe. He'll be fine.
Oh, he's at 41. He's fine.
Oh, he's okay. Yeah, he's good. He's absolutely fine.
He goes down like two spots every like week he doesn't play, pretty much.
Yeah, he'll be. And once he plays like 1 or 2 more weeks, and like he'll be top 20. He'll get top 30. He'll play East Lake. He'll be fine.
I mean, he might play next week. We don't know. But
I think if I was a betting man a couple months ago, I'd bet him on.
I mean, the Memorial is Jack Nicklaus's tournament, so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out and plays next week.
So, question. I kind of forget under the new format, if you're in like a better position in the FedEx Cup playoffs going into the FedEx Cup playoffs, does it matter?
Final.
But it's only the final.
It's only the final.
Only the final. The
So,
final
like, once you get to the
like
final.
-10.
So you just got to crack the top 125. It's anybody's game from there until the final.
You crack the 125, and then the next week is a top
then you play
7. Top 70 is the BMW, and then
the
the
final
top
week is
30
top
is a tour championship.
Yeah. Correct.
You start at like 10 under, or start based off your position.
Yeah, which makes
so
more
125
sense.
and 1 don't have an advantage going into the first tournament.
No, they do.
Well, you do because you have to stay in that
It takes,
position.
there's a lot more work. There's a lot more work for 125. A lot more work and a lot more things need to happen for 125 to get into the
so
top 75.
Points carry over into
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The points carry over.
Okay, so yeah,
So
that's what I was asking.
So if you're 125, you're barely in. You got to finish. You probably got to make it like a top 20.
I mean, you
or
pretty
something
much want
like
to stay in the top like 15 going into the tour championship to like have a shot at winning.
I like that because it really does like encompass a full season of work.
Mm-hmm.
No, it does, and it's always like interesting going to the final day. Like people are like, okay, if this person finishes in 27th place, then he qualifies. But if he finishes one place lower, he doesn't qualify for the next week.
If Brendan Todd keeps this shit up, I mean, he's gonna win the FedEx Cup playoffs.
He's number 7 right now. He actually moved down a spot after last week. But he's number 7 right now.
That's oh my god.
I don't know what to say. Like he's in great position if he just like can get there.
Exactly. Amazing. The guy who only hits it 280 yards versus Bryson who hits it 350. Like
It's literally the complete opposite of Bryson.
I know.
Todd hits every fairway, and Bryson
he's got the fairway finder.
He does a fairway finder.
It's kind of funny that Bryson almost has like 80 yards on him, like on every drive.
Speaking of fairway finders, we can get a nice little segue into the Monday hypothetical. We're gonna add this because we do this on the Instagram. Follow at the Pin High Pod, by the way. We post an Instagram with a hypothetical pretty much every week. And this week's, Jake, you made it. So do you wanna introduce it?
Okay, yeah, sure. I kind of just try to come up with these every week. So pretty much you have $10 to make a golf bag, and everything's grouped. So you're grouped in your driver and your woods, so that's going to be like one type of club, your irons, and then your wedges and your putter. So there's a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1 of each club, like each type of club. And you have $10 to make it. So there's like, for example, the driver, the $5 clubs are the Cobra Speedback, which is what Bryson and Ricky use. The irons are the TaylorMade P790s, which looks so clean.
Which is what I use.
Yeah, which is what Trev uses. The wedges are the Callaway Jaws MD5. And the putter, we got a Scotty Cameron Select Newport 2.
And we don't have to go through every single one.
No, but like that's just kind of like, we'll go to the $1. Like the $1 clubs are like wooden, like retro wooden pings and wooden like irons and like, hickory stick type clubs. And then like the middle ones are just kind of like older clubs, I guess.
I'm going with the TaylorMade M4 that's $4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's Trevor's club. Literally, it's a pretty freaking good club. Good club. I honestly I'd honestly rather have that club than the Cobra.
I would, but the Cobra looks the Cobra looks so weird.
It does.
I like
apparently the Cobra is sick. I don't know.
Oh, I bet it is sick. But I mean, I'm a TaylorMade wood.
I mean, yeah, you're a TaylorMade guy. I feel that.
Garrett from GM Golf had it, but then he switched to the Maverick because he hated the Cobra.
Yeah, I'm a Callaway guy.
Anyway, I'm gonna use my $3 with the irons of the TaylorMade burners because my dad has those, and honestly, when I used to use those before I had my own set of clubs, because what are those? Those were from like 2008.
Yeah, those are like the $3 sections are from like the early to mid 2000s usually.
Yeah, 2007, 2008. I feel like I can hit those fine. And then it's really just so that means I have $3 left. Do I want a better putter or a better wedge? I think I want the better putter, so I'm going with the vintage Wilson wedges and the classic Ping Answer.
I think that
I'll go off of that because mine's very similar.
I think the par maker I'd putt so bad with.
Mine's very similar.
There's any chance you could putt well with the par maker.
I think I could putt with the par maker. So I actually have the TaylorMade M4 and the afterburner, and then I'm like, well, I'm not really a good putter in general. I'm not a good. I'm just saying I'm not a good putter in general. So like I'd rather just be closer with the wedges than like and just kind of have maybe not tap ins because I'm not really good with my wedges either, but like have a better chance than like I don't know, not being able to hit a wedge into the green, like having to like.
I don't think that the vintage Wilson wedges don't look that bad.
I don't know. I like my chances with the par maker for some reason. Plus,
I mean that's
a sick name. That's a sick name.
If we had a chance to try this, we can just do the putter even. I want to see you would not.
I think I have a putter. I have to look, but I think I actually have one.
We can make a video and test it out because I want to see like how bad that is.
The Cleveland 588 wedge that you have there
looks fine.
My dad has that wedge, that exact wedge, and I used it like up until.
Yeah, no.
Like
that's
last year.
That's why I put it in there. That's a nice classic wedge. That was like top of the line.
I used it until last year. That was like my
top
favorite
of the line in like the early
degree.
2000s, late 90s. Like that was the wedge.
So for mine, I'm not gonna do the M4 just because I want the 588 wedges. I want the ping putter, not the
par maker
putter. So I want those two. Then I want the burner irons. Because they're like probably the average like good irons, and I want the Vaporfly woods.
See now the reason I didn't pick the Vaporfly woods, I have a 3-wood that is a Vaporfly 3-wood, cannot hit it, like literally cannot hit it. So
I think it looks cool, so I think I'd be like,
is that user error or manufacturer error?
Honestly, I got a new 3-wood. I got a new 3-wood and I hit it a lot better than that. So like that 3-wood, I literally could not hit. Like I never hit it straight. I don't think ever. So my cousin actually has those Vapor clubs, like full set. Like got the driver to everything.
It looks so clean though. Like
they look so cool.
Sick.
They do look sick. Like Rory used to use those. I've always
thought they look sick.
When I got the Cobra,
Rory hated them actually. Rory did not play well with them.
I know. I didn't like
Cobra 3-wood that I used to have that I gave to my dad.
Yeah.
When I went and got that, my friend DV was thinking about getting those Vapor irons, and I was telling him to do it. This was probably like 5 years ago at least, probably 5-6 years ago, and he was so close to pulling the trigger on like a $400 set of them. Like
those are the clubs my cousin has. Which whatever. Yeah. I went to Hawaii like
it looks so cool.
A long time ago. But when I went to Hawaii, like this was the prime of the Vapor clubs, right? So my dad and I went. We obviously didn't bring our clubs to Hawaii, and we went and played and whatever. I sucked at golf back then. I still suck at golf, but I was like really, really bad. Anyway, we had to rent clubs, and those were the clubs that they rented out to us. The Vapor, the Fly like irons and stuff.
Back then those were
those were like the top of the line. Like that's why they had them. So not great.
Then Nike
experience.
Stopped.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of any of the Nike clubs, and Nike golf balls are even worse. So,
they're even worse for sure. The other day, I think we were walking along a path, and I was like, "Ooh, free golf ball," and I was like, "Oh, it's Nike. Never mind.
Nike Mojo.
Never mind. Not a shot."
Yeah. So I don't know. These are interesting to do every week.
Yeah. They're cool.
Last week we had a golf destinations, which is kind of like one of our par threes.
Yeah, we've done that before. So next week we'll have another one for you guys. We'll post it on the Instagram in the morning, and then on Monday morning, and then this obviously comes out on Wednesday.
Just the Monday hypothetical series.
Exactly. And then, do we want to introduce the giveaway before the Charity Open preview?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're doing a giveaway. We have new merch in the store. You can go find it at www.golficity.com/pinhighmerch.
Yes, that's it.
I think so.
It's also links in our bio in the link tree.
Yep, on our Instagram bio and our Twitter bio. It's on the link tree, so you can go there. We have our famed Boom Sauce T-shirt that it's a great shirt.
I'm telling you, the boom sauce is gonna pop off too, because remember how I said that Bryson. So cool. Remember how I said that Bryson likes every comment, like whenever I post on the PGA Tour Instagram. Literally every time they post a Bryson drive, I just comment boom sauce, and he just likes it.
And he's liked it.
So I think he's gonna start to realize that, and maybe one day he'll hit a driver and he'll just say boom sauce, and I'll be like, we got him. We got it.
That was awesome.
So anyway, guys, we're giving away one of those shirts. We're having a DFS DraftKings contest. Low score, first place wins, and they'll get the Boom Sauce T-shirt. So what do you got to do? You got to follow at the Pin High Pod on Instagram. You got to subscribe on iTunes. That really helps us.
Yeah.
You got to leave a rating. There's no way to really track what you guys did that, if I'm being honest. But leave a rating. But please do. It helps us. And then you got to enter the contest, of course. And you can find the contest in the link in our bio.
Yeah.
As well as the merch. So go do that and take our advice. We're about to get into the DFS.
Yeah, also tag your friends. Your friends could enter it too.
Yep. Tell it to your friends, and let's get into the course preview and some DFS and betting picks.
All right. So course preview this week, the Workday Charity Open, which is a one-time new event here because this was supposed to be John Deere week, obviously. So we're at Muirfield Village Golf Club, and the way they're doing it is, since we're playing at the same club next week, they actually have moved a bunch of tees and pin locations so that they're going to be a lot of them are going to be completely different from next week. So this week it plays at 74.56 yards at a par 72, which is about 64 yards further than it will be next week. So obviously they're doing a lot of tinkering, moving things around just to make it a little bit different from next week, different experience. This week we're going to say that approach is probably a little bit more important than driving. There's pretty wide fairways, but there are 73 bunkers across the course, which is quite a bit. And the par 3s and the par 4s are pretty long, and they extended one of the par 3s, so it's well over, I think it's 220 yards or something. So important stats, we're looking at strokes gained approach like we do every week. Par 4s gained 450 to 500 yards. I think there's 6 or 7 of those. Sand saves gained just because of the bunkers, bunch of bunkers. You're going to find bunkers, just how it is. And proximity gained 150 to 175 yards. And this is important because if you hit a drive 300 yards, you're probably going to have that yardage left on these long holes. So those are the important stats this week. Should be interesting because next week we're playing at the same place. So maybe this week we'll give you a bit of insight for next week.
Yeah.
So who wants to start the picks?
Let's go over last week's. So
Jeek,
yeah,
both in the green.
Both in the green. Doc Redman T21, Cameron Tringali T30. I think Doc Redman was first after the first, but tied first after the first round.
He was.
He was up there after the second round. I think he was in the top 10. Kind of had a pedestrian last 2 days. Stayed kind of even par, which is kind of disappointing. And same thing with Tringali. He was I think 12th after the second day after the cut. And same thing, he kind of just played even par, 1 under, 2 under, and you need to score. So he finished T30, but at 6-6,
at 6-6,
I'm happy with that. His stats jumped off the table last week. I just wish they had a better weekend, but maybe things would have been different. But nevertheless, both in the green.
Yes. Then I had Hovland T12, who, as I said earlier, I was on the Puerto Rican Open curse is gonna end.
I mean, I feel like everybody was picking. I feel like everybody was picking Hovland last week.
I don't want it to end. I want to see how long it goes.
But it wasn't a bad pick. I mean, he came.
No,
T12.
it wasn't a bad pick at all. He finished.
No, it
he
wasn't
definitely backed it up. But and we obviously made our picks very early in the week, so like everybody kind of hopped on that train though.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then Rory Sabatini stunk up a show. I think he was like
so bad.
4 over. Like,
over.
Christ, dude. The one time I was like, I honestly hate Rory Sabatini because I was so low on him going into like this after the break, and then he starts playing so well, drops off a T14 and T21. I'm like, okay, I'll get on Rory Sabatini. Numbers don't lie.
We've all been there.
You know what happened.
We've all been there. It happens every time.
At least it wasn't as bad as our first round.
Every time I pick somebody, they like win the next week. Like I know. I think I picked Sanjay M, and then Trevor picked him the next week, and he won. Like I don't know why, but like when I pick guys, they play well the next week.
Trevor loves the sloppy seconds of victory.
I do,
and they do well.
And it works.
I mean, like it's just
works.
You know what is what
Rebound.
It is. Maybe watch out for Doc Rudman and Cameron Tringali this week. I'm sure one of them will be very good.
Yeah.
Didn't pick those guys, but I'll start. Well, I had Snedeker and Poston. We don't talk about those guys either. But
yeah, Trev's streak is done after last week.
Also, another thing I want to talk about: our first round leader last week, Scotty Scheffler, went 7 over, 7 under.
Oh my God! If he flipped the rounds, he would have been the first round leader. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like he just had to flip the rounds. 2 had to be 1 and 1 had to be 2. It would have been great, but I mean, like, obviously we had something going there because he did have a 7 under round. It's just unfortunate it was the wrong round, but I think we'll get one this week.
What a show that was for us. I mean, so what was that? It was a 79 and then a 65.
Yeah, I know, crazy, right?
That's wild.
It's like the average. It's like me. This weekend I will probably get into in birdies and bogeys. This weekend I shot a 92 and then an 83, like back to back. Like, don't know how that happens.
Those seem pretty separate to me.
I mean, 9 strokes. That's a lot.
True.
All right, I'll start with the DFS picks.
Right, go ahead, sure. Trevor.
My first one will go with Troy Merritt, 8,400. Basically, this is just he finished T8 last week,
low key,
T17 here last year. And I think he has I think he might have a little extra motivation after he's playing with Bryson last weekend. He was kind of spotlight wasn't on him. He was watching. He saw how Bryson did it. Obviously, you can't do it like Bryson did it, but he saw what like needs to be done. Like he understands. Like he was in this second to last group, I think. So
yeah, he was playing with Bryson.
I think all the attention on Bryson, he was still like in the hunt for like at least a good portion of the day. Like I think he'll like maybe he has a little motivation this week.
Also, little shout out. Speaking of Troy Merritt, to Trap Golf. I think they're at Trap Golf Official on Instagram. They sent us some merch, and one of their partners. His name on Instagram is like Wayno Drano or something. He's the caddy of Troy Merritt.
Mm-hmm.
The merch that they sent us, that shirt that I got. Like,
I got a nice sweatshirt. I feel like I'm in the hype house when I wear it, or whatever that's called.
You're not
every single night after like if I had a long day playing golf, I take a shower at night. I literally put on like one of 2 shirts. Like this shirt I'm wearing right now is like an Under Armour waffle shirt. And like that, cause it's just like comfortable and warm. I love it.
I was wearing it like every night at the Cape when I was on the Cape. So
that seems like a Cape kind of shirt.
Yeah, it really is.
The color,
nice it's like
the
Nantucket red.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, they sent us some merch. It gave us a nice handwritten note. Go give them a look. Trap Golf.
Great guys.
Let's go to Jeek with the next pick.
Okay, my next pick is going to be Adam Hadwin at 8,200. Now, if Adam Hadwin doesn't play well this week, I don't know what I'm going to do because he literally has all the stats this week. So last week he finished T4, which was kind of low-key, I think. He's 29th in strokes gained approach. He was 17th last week, so he's always going to be a good ball striker. 23rd in strokes gained putting, 13th in strokes gained total. We said sand saves was big this week. He's 2nd in sand saves this year. We said par 4's game 450 to 500. He's 8th. We said proximity 150 to 175. He's 3rd. So he's literally got all the stats this week. If he doesn't play well this week, I quit.
Jeet gives up. All right, book it.
Yeah, let's do it. Sometimes stats can be deceiving.
I know. Sometimes that happens, but like he's got all the stats.
Numbers don't lie, though. Numbers don't lie.
Okay. This my first one. It could be a little. You could take it one of two ways. It's a little dicey. You never know. But I have a good rationale for it. It's Jordan Spieth at 8,600. He's made 6 straight cuts, including all the tournaments he's played in since the break. And one of the things you might look at is that his stats for strokes, like gain off the tee approach, aren't great. But since the return of the tour, he's actually been really good off the tee and really good approaching the green. It's just that at the Travelers and the RBC, he lost 0.418 and 0.345 strokes putting, which is incredibly uncharacteristic for him to lose strokes like putting. Mm-hmm. And at a place where he knows the greens, this is a tournament on like the schedule that he actually would go to consistently, unlike the RBC or he goes to the Travelers because obviously he won there. But I think it's not a big ask for him to, gain strokes putting.
Yeah.
Like it's not a big ask. It's not like you're like, oh, he could if he just putts better. It's like, no, it's Jordan Spieth. He's one of the best putters on the planet.
A couple weeks ago when he was just he missed like a couple of 3-footers maybe, and like you never see that.
Exactly. So. And also another one that I won't put a ton of stock into it, but he's 12th in proximity from 150 to 175 yards, like Jeek said. So I'm on the Spieth Greller 2020 train to this week.
Stay tuned.
It's so much fun when Spieth's playing well. It's so much fun.
It is. I agree.
I just realized, like, not gonna lie, I kind of messed up, and I go on RotoWire for my DraftKings like salaries. I had on FanDuel the entire time, so I had like these like super high salaries. I'm like I can't pick him. He's like 10K or something like that.
Yeah,
salary.
It's way higher on FanDuel.
And so I would revise my pick. My Troy Merritt pick. He's 7,000.
That's not good. That's good. That's
7,000 for that value.
Yeah. I was gonna say when I saw E400, I was like, wait, Troy Merritt. Yeah, so he's 7,000.
I mean, I thought like maybe he finished T8 last week. I was like, oh, maybe he's just one of those guys.
Because I was just looking at your pick, and you're like Jordan Spieth 8,600. I'm like, Jordan Spieth's like.
Well, like just looking at my pick, Adam Hadwin finished T4 last week. He's 82, so like Merritt could be 84. I don't know.
Yeah. So
7,000. That's good value.
Yeah, you're forgiven. Let's move on to the next pick. I got Kevin Streelman, 7,800. I feel like anytime you can get a guy like that's coming off a really good week at the Travelers and a guy that has some pretty good course history at under 8,000, and also the stats are good too. 40th in strokes gained off the tee, 33rd in driving accuracy. He was 82% driving accuracy at the Travelers, which is like, that's kind of unheard of. And if he kind of keeps that up, I could see Kevin Streelman, just continuing the train.
Yeah, that's solid. I like that he came. I like that he came. He came 4th last year in the Memorial and second Travelers. Like, kind of putting those together at that salary. I like it.
I think he's a solid middle of the lineup, part of your lineup. Gonna make the cut. Let's see what else he can do. Guy.
Right, and speaking of another middle of the lineup guy, this is a guy I love. I think I've picked him like more than 3 times this year already. Joel Damon at 7,700, and I kind of go with a theme. I like picking ball strikers. So 13th in strokes gained approach, 13th in strokes gained tee to green, 39th in par 4s gained 450 to 500, and 10th in par 4 scoring. He was T20 at the Travelers, T10 at the Charles Schwab. I don't know. Good ball striker. 7.7 seems a little low to me. I don't know. I like Joel Damon.
I could agree with that.
I'm on the Joel Damon. I'm on the Joel Damon train. I don't know.
I could see him being like 8.2, 8.4.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of look like Joel Damon.
I don't know. That's my guy.
All you need is the bucket hat, and you're perfect. Yeah.
Jeek wears a bucket hat occasionally.
Yeah, I like wearing a bucket hat to the beach.
I am on the lookout for a good bucket hat.
Pat's obsessed with the bucket hat look.
I gotta get it.
You should have worn a bucket hat today when you caddied.
I wanted to. I don't have one.
I have one. I could have given you one.
I got a nice one from the PGA Championship last year. Love that hat.
I do remember.
I don't want one with the straps. I want one that like.
Oh, you want one? You want like the fisherman's one? Like you want the legit bucket?
Trevor, did you see the one that guy who was the 1050 group or no the 9 no
yeah oh in front of us yeah
that guy was steezing.
He had the bucket hat, like the black shirt.
That was awesome. That guy looked awesome. I wonder how he did. The guy who's warming up next to you on the range.
Look good, play good.
Trevor, the guy who's warming up next to you on the range, you remember him?
Yeah.
Blonde guy, shot 27 over.
I was about to say, like, I looked at the scores. I saw somebody who shot like a 98.
He was one who hit OB on 11. He hit it right on 11 like 3 times, something like that. Yeah.
I looked at this. I was looking at the scores, like checking it all day, just like to see how you're doing. And like, I saw a guy who shot like a 98 or something. Like,
yeah,
I think I could do that.
That was him.
I don't know. The course wasn't that difficult, but like. Tough pin locations.
I feel like you could fit.
We'll get into a couple minutes.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I'll get my last pick in.
Who else we got?
Mark Leishman, which is I originally had like 10,000 salary. I'm like that's so high, so I didn't want to pick that, and I'm now realize he's A700.
Mm-hmm. He's a guy I love ball strikers.
He came in fifth last year, top 5 here twice in the last 5 years. Made 10 out of 11 cuts this at the Memorial. He led the tournament last year in strokes gained around the green, which is not really his strong suit, but last year he led the tournament in that. He's first on tour in strokes gained approach. He's 25th on tour in strokes gained approach, 450 to 500 yard par 4s. And so saw this, like, all those stats are great. Like, they all like those are crazy stats. Like look for like a great weekend from him. But I saw this thing was his form going into tournaments that he plays well in seems like consistent. Like he plays bad and then he plays well. Mm-hmm. So I saw his website and it said he came in 42nd in his preceding tournaments like this year, like back-to-back tournaments like this the whole year. Mm-hmm. Came in 42nd then 2nd, 28th then 1st, withdrew then 3rd, miscut 3rd, miscut 5th, 43rd, 4th. And last time he played after the break, he finished in 58th. So basically, he's due for a top 5.
So pretty much, you're saying don't pick him next week.
Yeah, pick him this week. Don't pick him next week. He's gonna play sick this week and not next week.
Now we know when to fade him.
Yeah,
exactly. It's just every other week he's gonna play well.
Next week's gonna. If he does play next week, he's probably playing next week. I'm assuming it would be interesting because we're playing at the same golf course. So
I know. Maybe that might buck the trend a little bit, but that's okay.
He might not play both weeks.
He might not play. People might not play.
I'd guess he wouldn't.
I think I don't know. Purse is pretty big next week.
Yeah, maybe we will.
Yeah.
So those are the DFS picks. Also, you can go to the Golf City Bets Instagram at Golf City Bets by now, which you're listening on Wednesday, I'm assuming, or past that. Hopefully not. What am I saying?
Pat's picks.
No, not Pat's picks. The Skins episode will be out. You can do more You can look at more DFS picks, full DFS lineup.
Yeah. So, and one thing I will say about DFS, I hope the cut line's not at like 5 under this week. I hate that.
It probably actually here's a little tougher. I feel like
the cut line the last couple of weeks has been like 5 under, 3 under, 4 under. I hate it.
To be honest, I doubt it'll eclipse. It'll be at 5. I think. Well, I think 2 or 3 maybe.
From what I've heard, I think they're gonna if the course can be a little easier. I think I've heard it's gonna be a little easier than it would for the actual Memorial. But
they're saying that they're gonna like the rough is gonna grow between this week and next week somehow. Don't know how, but like they're trying for this week. They're trying for this week. Well, yeah, but like in 1 week, it's gonna grow like a lot. I guess. I think they might not cut the grass in the next week, so we'll see. It might play different next week than it does this week.
I hope I hope that it's like, I don't know, 2, 3 under. Yeah, I mean, ideally, I hope it's like three over. But
the winner last year was like
19,
so it's like about.
That was a Memorial, so yeah, it might be a little bit better. Yeah, it might be even.
I'm basically kind of says Memorial.
I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's move on to betting. The betting segment. Our winners last week did fine. They all made the cut. They're just kind of all.
Good. Our winners are better than my DFS picks.
My winner was pretty much the same story as my DFS picks. Like Brendan Todd, I'm pretty sure he was in the top 10 at some point last week too, and he just played even par golf the rest of the way. So
actually,
I had Finau T53, Geek had Brendan Todd T57, Trev had Sungjae M, who's also T53.
Average,
kind of
average. And then best bets, I think Pat and Trev both won theirs. Pat was Zalatoris, and Trev had Hovland top 20.
Okay, can I make a petition?
Yeah.
Plus 188 is so close to plus 200. I should get 2 points.
No, it's not plus 200.
Okay, petition denied.
Yeah, denied.
I agree with Jake. Denied. Yeah.
Now, if I won my bet, I would have won it. But apparently, I didn't think Matt Wolff was going to play well last week. Definitely say that. Definitely say that I didn't think Matt Wolff was going to be even in the running, especially just based off of form and how he hasn't been putting well and all that stuff. Last week, putted great, played great, beat Victor Hovland.
We were making the skins lineup last week. And I was like, "Oh, Matt Wolff's only 6,800. Let's put him in." Jeek's hard no. I'm like, all right.
I also went hard no.
I
Will
put him
Gordon.
in my own lineup. Aside from the skins lineup, we're in the money.
Whatever. This week we actually agreed, so that's that. Anyway.
Yep. We did agree.
Yeah. So whatever. Matt Wolff finished
better than Victor Hovland.
Hovland top 10 or top 20.
Top 20.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Let's go, Trev. Mm-hmm. What was that at?
That was probably not that high. Won something.
I can tell you.
Not 200 though.
No, it was like 120, 130.
Plus 150.
Yeah.
Okay. Solid though.
So it was good value.
Yeah. So let's go with our best bets this week. I'll start. Best bets and winners. So I guess my winner is gonna be Patrick Cantlay at plus 1300. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily the best idea to keep just going with guys that are I mean, I guess him and Finau are plus 2,500, but last week Bryson at plus 651, so it's not a.
I know. I kind of pissed me off when the foreplay guys, the foreplay guys posted. The foreplay guys posted, they're like, "Oh, you just follow Lurch and Trent picked Bryson last week. Well, you picked the favorite at plus 650. What do you want? I'm never gonna pick that."
I understand both sides. They picked the guy who won. But I understand if he's the favorite, you should be winning. If you really think he's gonna win, then you should pick him. But at the same time, it's do I really want to pick the favorite in this?
I mean, you don't obviously they're not. You're not getting paid. We're not getting paid to make these picks, whatever. But I wouldn't pay somebody just for them to pick the favorite. I wouldn't listen to somebody just for them to pick the favorite. You know what I mean?
Well, every week. He's not the favorite.
No, he's not. I'm just saying last week. I'm about the foreplay guys.
But he's not the favorite.
Yeah, but no, I mean Cantlay. What he won the Memorial last year. He was T11 of the Travelers. He hasn't played. I mean, this is only the second tournament out of the jump, but I mean, he scores really well. So I mean, he leads the tour in first round scoring average. I think
we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that little stat later. But Cantlay, 1300 is not that bad. That's double.
There's no super favorites this week. Justin Thomas is the favorite plus 1100, but there's no, like you said, plus 650s. And it's a more stacked field this week. So
I don't hate Justin Thomas.
The field is good stacked. I love the stack.
The field is good this week. So which I honestly was actually surprised when I saw the field, because I was like, oh, the Workday Open is probably just gonna be Phil and a bunch of random guys, but no, it's a stacked field. So
yeah.
I guess I'll go.
And I feel that we don't only give favorites on this, so I think if you think somebody's gonna do well, if you think they're gonna win, just don't brag about your Bryson plus 650 pick though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
foreplay.
You did it. You got the money. You got $20 wins 170. Good job. Go ahead. Go with your day.
Okay.
Don't brag about it.
Go on.
So
I did take him halfway through the tournament.
Go bold or go home.
300.
Oh yeah.
I took him at plus 300 halfway through the tournament.
I guess. You had to.
That works.
Yeah. Okay, so my winner, I'm gonna go with Justin Rose at plus 2,600, which is, I don't know. Justin Rose is a pretty good player. 2,600's not that low. He won the Memorial in 2010, so like that was a while ago. I get it, but you know,
10 years ago. Not a big deal.
He's a past winner. So
what were you doing in 2010, Jeek?
Not picking golf and probably not watching golf. Anyway,
yeah, not playing golf.
Probably not playing golf either.
Not playing golf either.
Yes, but he did win. He is a past winner. There's some course history, but that's not really what I was looking at. I was looking at more that he finished T14 at the RBC and T3rd at the Charles Schwab. And also just like looking at the last couple of events, a big name has kind of won all these events so far. If you look like since the break, if you look at the winners, Dustin Johnson, Bryson, like just big names have been winning tournaments. And Justin Rose is a pretty big name. So I don't know. I figured I had to pick a big name this week. I didn't really do it the last couple of weeks. Also, he's 9th in sand saves, if that means anything. So I figured Justin Rose at the value. He's kind of trending up and needs to start playing better because he had a pretty bad start of the season. So I like Justin Rose this week.
All right, so my winner, I'll go with...
I didn't do a best bet. Should I do that? Yeah.
Yep.
Best bet,
Wait, Pat, did you do yours?
I didn't. No, Trev, pick your winner. Pick your winner, Trev.
Yeah. I'll pick one. Yeah, we'll go straight to snake draft. So I'll go Ricky Fowler plus 4,000. This is like purely like gut pick. Just he finished T12 last week, finished T14 a year ago here. Obviously he's a good putter. Obviously he's a good ball striker. And I think he's just hanging his stride. I think he's gonna come. He could make a good chance to win this week, considering he played well last week and he played well a year ago here. He knows the course. He's played here a million times probably.
And he's Ricky Fowler. Like
he's Ricky Fowler, big name, as Jeek said. He's a big name. He knows how to win a golf tournament. So
he's the king of the best golf tournaments that aren't majors.
Exactly.
Players.
Which honestly, this isn't one of them, but like, still.
No. This is.
I guess it's a course. It's not the tournament.
Same course. I know it's a weird, circumstance, but
yeah. But then,
not the same.
So I think he's hanging his stride. I think he could make a challenge for the top. So now we'll go snake draft. I'll go my best bet. Xander Schauffele plus 110 versus Jon Rahm. I don't know why Rahm is favored in this, honestly. Rahm hasn't even played great since the return with a miscut and a couple average finishes, like T30s, stuff like that. He's only played here once in his tour career in 2017. I don't know how he finished that year, but I know he's only played there once. Xander almost won at the Charles Schwab, and he's played more consistent. He played well at the Travelers, and he was T15 here last year. So don't understand why Rahm is favored, but I guess because like Rahm, like he can turn on any second. But I think there's a better chance that Schauffele plays better than him this week.
Rahm was cut in 2017.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and Jason Duffner won.
Yeah, Jason Duffner, low key a course horse. Like past couple of years, he was like 3rd last year or something, or 7th. Like still.
I like that bet. Rahm was cut in 2017. That's his only start here. I like that.
I mean, but honestly,
just
I picked Schauffele
based on
Cantlay, and Schauffele burned me by losing by one shot.
Cantlay,
So.
But Cantlay was just like he hadn't played.
Different.
Cantlay has been like one of the better players like this year, and like you just didn't really know. Like you didn't know how he was going to come out.
You didn't know. You're
but
right.
like now you know that.
And that was a backdoor. That was a backdoor finish.
It was a backdoor. It was looking good the whole way, and then Schauffele screwed me over. Cantlay screwed me over, I guess. But so I'm gonna give Schauffele another chance here.
Okay.
I think it should hit, but
yeah. So I'm digging deep with my best bet. I've been trying something different every week because like I don't know, I'm not really good at this for some reason. Anyway, I'm going with the winner to play in the final first tee grouping in round 4. No, plus 163. So, and it's plus money, which is interesting. And just looking at the past couple tournaments, how close it's been, like between the final pairing and like the group or two in front of them, and the idea that the winner didn't come from the final pairing at the RBC and at the Charles Schwab and last week. So, I don't know, plus money at this bet. You might as well take your chances on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then one that I like is, first of all, he's got good stats. his strokes gain approaching the green. I think his putting and his off the tee is up in like the 30s, 40s, 50s. It's pretty good stats. It's Harold Varner the third to make the cut at minus 175. We're banning minus 200 and above.
Taking the G crowd.
No, I'm not. Minus 175. It's different. That's 34 to win 20. That's not that bad. That's not that much juice to lay.
I'm just saying. I'm fine with that. I love those bets, but
yeah, I mean, I think it's a good bet. I thought
he could miss the cut. You don't know. I mean, he's not like a lock like Abraham Ancer was.
You don't know that the final pairing will. Well, that's why he's minus 175, not minus 200.
Yeah, sure.
Who
is minus 200?
So,
I just want to look.
And let's remember.
Fitzpatrick
Leishman's like minus 200.
Fitzpatrick and Speith are minus 200.
Let's remember. I'm 2-2. You guys are 1-3. So
we're really not good at these best bets. Like these are supposed to be like locks, like bets that we like. I know.
I'm not under 500.
I mean, I'm just saying. I've had a couple bad breaks, but we'll not talk about
betting.
That's the way betting goes.
Leishman's minus 200. That's a lock. That is an absolute lock.
I mean, that's why I went with Abraham Ancer a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
he was literally finishing in the top 10 in like every tournament. He was only minus 200. Like, he should have been minus 500 to make the cut. But anyway.
Yeah. So let's move on to first round leader.
Yeah. So
you go with it. You can go with it.
I mean, yeah. I've pretty much been the one that's picking these. I'm trying to do well with these, but they're really hard. I did this before we made our picks, but Patrick Cantlay plus 2,800. And like Pat said, won the Memorial last year. He leads the tour in first round scoring average, which is kind of a low-key stat there. You don't really look at that much. Was T11th at the Travelers, like I said, and he's always been a fast starter. He birdies a lot of holes. He's a good scorer. I don't know. I like Patrick Cantlay to finish in the first round leader, which whatever. The way you look at it, the first round leader the last couple of weeks has been like completely random, so you don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a pretty good pick. But the Scotty Scheffler one last week was just brutal.
It sucked. We just had the wrong round. I knew he was capable of scoring low. He just did it on the wrong day.
Exactly. So let's move on to our last segment of the show, birdies and bogeys. Who wants to start?
I gotta think of a birdie.
Let's go with Trevor to start.
Okay. Birdie is the 2-iron I've been hitting the past couple weeks. Hit it to the tournament. Literally hit it so well every single hole. I hit honestly probably 9 holes, maybe even a little less, maybe a little more. I'm not sure, but around there. Literally, I hit like every single time I hit was just absolute like.
The driver was on today too.
Driver was great. Tee shots were great.
His strokes gained off the tee were probably pretty good.
Probably
yeah, I wasn't watching. I only saw the scorecard. So what happened on 9 and 18?
9 was that was my bogey. 9 was stupid.
9 was actually your triple bogey.
Yeah, that was a triple bogey, and 18 was a triple bogey. So what happened on those 2 holes?
So I shot 8-2, didn't make the cut, obviously. 9, I had a good drive in the fairway. I was like 120 out, I think was the number. And the pin was in the back, so and we're going uphill a little bit, into the wind a little bit. I took a pitching wedge because I don't have my gap wedge anymore, and I hit it like almost full, which I probably shouldn't have, and I took a big bounce in the rough over the green and landed on top of on top of this like stone wall. And I get up there, I'm like getting ready to hit my shot kinda, and the guy comes over and he's like, where's the ball? I'm like, oh, it's like right up here in the mulch. He's like, that's out of bounds. I'm like, what? Like, he's like, we literally looked in like the rule sheets and couldn't find anything about that being out of bounds.
We should have argued that more.
We should
protest the game.
I was just disappointed. I'm like, this is just stupid. And
I got caught up in the moment.
Yeah, but I'm walking back to the fairway, and Pat's just like standing there by the green. I'm like,
I didn't know what to do.
And then I end up like chunking my shot, and I'm
just
like,
not a big time, not a big game caddy.
No,
gets caught. The lights are too big.
And then so I made triple there after a great front 9 too, and then back 9 had one double, which was bad, and then the last hole after I was hitting my 2-iron well all day, hit it right into the woods, punched out, chunked another wedge. I was hitting a lot of shots fat. I don't know why, and then hit it to like honestly like 8 feet and then 3-putted because it was a downhill putt. So it was just a bad way to end.
Mm-hmm.
After I'd been playing.
Oh yeah, 18
I'd
was
been playing
like
so well.
I mean, you were probably already out of it at that point.
18 was
the cut.
Me and Trevor were just kind of depleted. Like it was a lot of walking, a lot of just like depletion. Yeah. Like good playing, but like nothing to show for it really.
Like, so my putting was so good, and there were like 3 or 4 putts where I could have easily made birdie. Like I was like 6 feet away or something like that, and could have easily made the putt. But I just, it is what it is. Okay. I made 12 pars and shot 18.
Oh yeah, no, I saw you. I'm like, oh, Trev's like +2 like through 8 right now. Like he's doing nice. Great. And then I like checked again a half an hour later. And I was like +5 through like 10. Like what happened? Like
yeah, that was.
And then the cut line showed up at +5. I was like, he's done. Like.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's my birdie and bogey. 2-iron though. Oh my, I have to it's not my 2-iron. It's my friend's 2-iron. I have to get it. I have to buy it off of him. It's so fucking nice. Sorry, so nice.
I guess I'll go with mine because I'm gonna forget them if I don't say them. My birdie of the week, the Pin High Instagram. Pin High Instagram is popping right now.
It really is. What 9:14?
9:15.
9:15. We got another one.
I mean, that thanks to the Golficity giveaway, we did have a lot. But not only that, we as we mentioned before, Bryson likes all our comments, so that's good. We got him we're on his radar, I believe.
Kyle Berkshire.
And we got and like I was long drive world champion Kyle Berkshire followed us, so that's a big follow. He's got 138,000 followers, so you love to see that. So yeah, Pin High Instagram is doing well. My bogey of the week, I'd probably just have to go with the fact that we couldn't get Will Zalatoris on. I mean, like, I'm still like harping on that. That was really unfortunate because like I thought we had him and I thought that was gonna be our guy, but scheduling didn't work out, so it is tough. But that actually, I was ready. I was ready to like ride him, like have him come on. He'll like us or whatever, and then like all of a sudden like he's on the PGA Tour next year, and like we see him at like events, and he like knows who we are, and like we're his guys.
That kind of plays into my birdie of the week. I feel like we got some good guests on the horizon. Would you say? We've got a lot of opportunities for a lot of good guests that are on the horizon. I think we just got to execute, and I think we're gonna have a lot
of mistakes. We're not gonna be perfect. We'll learn from our mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we'll have some good guests in the next few months. I mean, the Pin High podcast, we're just getting started. I mean, it's like we're like 8 months into it. This is episode 36 week of doing it. This is the 36th week, 36 episode.
It's number 36. DJ Swearinger.
That's who I was thinking the entire time. But I was like
DJ Swearinger.
He went to South Carolina. DJ Swearinger.
Jerome Bettis is like.
And Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart.
That's a good one. Marcus Smart. It's the Marcus Smart episode.
Marcus Smart episode. I agree.
And then my bogey to cap off the episode. It's a good question. I wouldn't say I had a great.
You're now 0 for 2 caddying.
Yeah, Pat is 0 for 2 caddying. Trev, you think about making a change?
I mean,
I might have to, honestly. No, I'm kidding.
Possible.
I don't know.
I might choose to be off the bag off that walk. That was a bad.
I think I have the calves to be a pretty good caddy. Just saying.
My arms, like, they're not sunburned. My legs aren't sunburned because I put sunscreen on them. But my like neck and my face are just like they're heating up. Plus, I'm in my attic right now. That's like 100 degrees. So, whatever. I mean,
it was literally it was probably close. Also, one of the guys you played with, so slow, like unbelievably, like literally.
You were in threesomes.
Threesomes. Literally could not imagine someone taking more practice.
Also, did everybody else have caddies, or was it like last time?
Not everyone else.
One of the only ones.
We were. I bet that we were.
I bet there was like one per group.
We were in the few. We were in the minority, but there were a few groups that had like multiple caddies. Like we were like Pat was the only caddy in our group, but it doesn't really matter. Like one guy was walking, one guy was.
I would not want to carry my bag at that.
No. I knew as soon as I signed up for that, I'm like I need a caddy for this.
I think that may have deterred one of the kids that was carrying his bag like from like shooting better.
Oh, you definitely like the guy in our group.
You gotta be gassed, Karen. I was thinking after like, I don't know, 15 holes. I was like, I would not want to be playing golf right now.
You're absolutely, the whole back nine is up and down, up and down.
I was literally saying, I was like, yeah, you could not pay me to play golf right now.
But
well, you could, but
this was
I have a price.
Literally, like, I was amazed. Like, I was just like, you literally would make like 8 or 9 practice strokes on a putt, like per putt.
You hate to see that.
Bogey of the week, the weather. The weather,
unbelievable.
So
yeah,
hot.
I know. It's really hot, and we got like thunderstorms in every afternoon forecast. Makes it tough to play.
Humid as hell.
I will say, the other day I played and I was putting pretty bad. I started doing the thing that like Ricky does, where you like lift your putter off the ground before you like strike the ball.
Oh yeah, I tried that.
Makes a difference. You like actually strike the ball really well. Like, I'm used to not striking the ball well with my putter, which is weird, but you strike the ball well when you do it. I don't know.
Ball striker.
Yeah, ball striker. T-shirts coming soon.
Yeah, I know. That segues us into the last thing we want to say. Go to the merch store. Link in our Instagram bio, link in our Twitter bio. It's on the Golficity website, www.golficity.com/pinhighmerch. We've got some good stuff coming.
We do.
We've got a lot of ideas, a lot of drops coming. I mean, the first drop, pretty flames in of itself. Got to get some of that stuff soon. We're gonna order that soon.
Boom sauce.
And then last thing, emphasis on subscribing to the podcast if you're just like going week to week without subscribing, and also leaving a rating and maybe even a review.
Yeah, we love that. That helps us.
That helps us out. Apparently, it does though, very very much. So if you could do that, let's go. And we're also just gonna be back the Memorial next week, so we'll have a nice grip on the betting and the DFS. See you next week.